Ahoy, my comrades. Ahoy, my comrades. I greatly appreciate,
Yes.
For political motivated crimes. I did not commit those crimes. Unless that I committed. And I continue to plead not guilty. And I thank you all for your great solidarity that you gave me. Also enabled us to get bail. Now, as a nation, we need to focus and intensify on the national bail that we need. We need bail from dictatorship. We need bail from ZANU-PF. We need bail from corruption. We need bail from human rights abuses. We need bail from failure by the government to ensure that all citizens get the lives, socially, economically, and political rights that they deserve. So, to get bail. Now, as a nation, we need to focus and intensify on the national bail that we need. We need bail from dictatorship. We need bail from ZANU-PF. We need bail from corruption. We need bail from human rights abuses. We need bail from failure by the government to ensure that all citizens get the lives, socially, economically, and political rights that they deserve. So, as long as comrades they continue charging us with on flimsy charges, we will not be deterred. And prison is just prison. People go in and get out. And even if it means that I will go back again, I will, as long as we get our rights and freedoms. So, my comrades, I appreciate and I think it's time for us to, get off this. Different kind of hell, with all the pains and everything. But however, because of my strong will and determination and the will to succeed in terms of achieving an inclusive and democratic Zimbabwe in which all citizens' issues and concerns are addressed. The physical pain, the mental pain, I managed to ignore it. And because we know that it's not an easy road, and great sacrifice will be made. Others have made bigger sacrifices. Others have paid the ultimate price. We can talk of retired Zamara. We can talk of all those victims of Ferret. We can talk of all those politically motivated victims of violence sponsored by the state. But so this was just prison, and it in no way changed my views. If it changed them for the better. Because one thing that we have to remember is that for us to achieve our goal, our mission, we have to remain resolute and adamant in demand of what belongs to us. The charge that I got in here for, if you read the Constitution, they are constitutionally guaranteed rights, freedom of assembly, freedom of expression, and they try to criminalize that. It's awkward, but it only serves to strengthen me more than what they wanted to scare me away. And one more word is that we the people are in charge, and the victory is certain.
So did you face any politically motivated challenges in prison?
Yeah, definitely. From prison to court to everything. The state capture is a reality. And getting into prison for this prolonged period enabled me to see that we have a bigger fight than we actually imagine, especially within our justice system. We have a bigger fight, and we have to pull up our socks, and we need to be more, concentrated. We need to be even more radical in terms of organizing, in terms of educating the masses, for them to understand the problem that we are in, which chiefly emanates from military state capture. So it's unfortunate that we don't have much time here. It's a security place, and there was riot police all over since yesterday, even today. So, but I hope we'll get more time when I can give you more details about this 10 months, 22 days. Yeah.
Hakuna kutamba na makwewe.
Aiwa.
Hakuna kutamba na mako. Hakuna kutamba na makwewe. Hakuna kutamba na mako. Hakuna kutamba na makwewe.
Blessing time. And this Youth Assembly, Hamsoroi Vanoremekeza from the Civic Society, from Hamsoroi members of the 4th Estate, Hamsoroi leadership, Bakuzinasu, and every other family member and friends who have been standing through the time that Mako was being persecuted. It's very unfortunate that the state hates the young people who are actually supposed to be a part of their catalyst in order to build this nation. Mako was not even supposed to be in prison in the first place, but we are happy he's out, and we are going to make sure that is the MDC Alliance Youth Assembly. We fight every unjust law, because apana chinokutadzisa kuti Mako angari panze being the voice, and yet Obadiah Moyo, Priska Mfumira Weya, they walk scot-free, and yet they are the criminals. So we need to make sure, and this is why we are urging every young person to register to vote in order to raise their voice the same way, because it might be Mako today and tomorrow it is you. Without wasting much time, because Mako is very tired, it's been a lot of time, Murimkati Comrade Mako, and we would like to welcome you back. Thank you everyone who was taking their time out kutanoona Mako. Special mention would like to go to Mkomananzi Comrade Atkins. I will not sit down without mentioning the love Honorable Mamombe, are you going to be my Atkins? So I know Comrade Mako used to call him the child soldier. Child soldier which will walk every day with food. And I'm going to every day. This is the kind of solidarity that we want. So without me wasting much time, I'll also invite comrades. I'll allow Comrade Mako, our commander as well, to come here and address you and as you welcome. Thank you so much. Mapurisa yese kanapani masia wa huyo one for the solidarity of shown Mako. Mamona 2 tracks za wewe Mako commander sangalane ni Mako.
Awe makomrade. I would like to appreciate your invaluable solidarity in various forms. As I'm looking around, I see a lot of people who were coming to prison, tweeting, sharing on Facebook, speaking out, and some could not come because the restrictions for one nature or one way or another. But their messages they sent through people who could come. No, they're really motivated. Because a prison is like a desert. You are starved of information. You Wapandira unangomuka achiti kwai marobots kwai achinjwa kala new dispensation. Any people. So people who come, or to clarify such issues and also information. So I greatly appreciate. And but more importantly, we must understand that the task ahead, what I learned in prison is that prison is just a place of residence. There's nothing special about it or anything. When I was convicted, I served with people who had been, sentenced to death, condemned. Who lived for over 20 years. Finally managed to come up out on amnesty, but they survived. They were strong, and I managed to meet people who were wrongly convicted. Our justice system, it only favors the rich. That's the unfortunate part. And prisons now, they're overcrowded. They can't feed people. They can't provide proper clothing, proper accommodation. And as I'm speaking, when I came out from prison, from D-class section, the maximum number should be 300, but we're over 700. We're over 700. So just imagine the situation. We live in sewage. The sewer system can't sustain the people. But by that, I was always conscious that I'm not a criminal. Yes. I was always conscious that the charges against me were not, for breaking the law, but the politically motivated charges. I was always aware that, shutting us young people inside, it's not that it's not a sign that they're powerful. It's a sign that they are afraid. And it really motivated me. And one thing that motivated me more is, the conditions of the prisoners inside. Some of them are surfing, especially at Central Prison when I was surfing, when I was convicted. They are serving very long sentences, and all they could say was, comrade, we do not hope that maybe you could be granted amnesty or anything. But some of us actually committed the crimes. But what you just want are better living conditions, better food, better health care. When I was growing up, I only thought that the disease for malnutrition and severity for malnutrition was kwashiorkor. I didn't know that there's a disease called pelagi, where your skin will just crack due to, lack of nutrition. To crack and there's no remedy, there's no medication. The best medication you can get in a Zimbabwean prison, it's water. Yeah, if you have stomach pains, drink water. If you manage to get even painkillers, you're very lucky. And it's not a condemnation per se of the prisons, but it's a condemnation of ZANU-PF. Because they themselves, they're getting nothing from the national budget. But we hear that ministers, we hear that those in the presidium are stealing billions. Yet they have the audacity of arresting other people and charging them with armed robbery. But what do we call if a president who has a motorcade with soldiers who are armed steals 2 billion? What is that?
Armed robbery.
So for me it was a time for reflections, time for reading. I never had time, with social media outside, don't get time to read. But during my tenure in prison, I got a lot of time at my disposal for reading. Because I looked at 3 p.m. Like right now, they're already in their cells, they're supposed to sleep. So from that time throughout the night, I had more time to read, reflect, read interesting books. And there are actually some comrades, some are not here, but they managed to send books and everything. And I greatly appreciate that solidarity. And also in terms of the food, it was pathetic. But because of solidarity, because of comrades, I knew that I was able to get, proper food, proper meals every day. Whether it's raining, whether it's, and
conjugal rice.
Conjugal rice, comrade. I told you, I'm an aspiring priest. I no longer indulge in those, Actually, if there's anyone who has problems, I'm one of the oldest people here. Because I was not indulging in those things for the past 10 months, 22 days. Yeah. So I can cast demons. So, but the most powerful thing is I managed to make friends with prisoners and the officers alike. But and one thing that we shared was our suffering. It's common. And it's pathetic. You see the salaries they get, especially the officers. It's not enough even for them to travel every day to come to work. It's not enough for them to get a decent living. Yet they are forced, they are told that patriotism, but the substance of patriotism is not in slogans. It's in ensuring that a people love their country based on what their country is delivering for them and also the services that they are rendering to their country. The services that civil servants, however small a fraction of the population they are getting from government, it's pathetic. And also on the prisoner side, you find that prison, for me, my analysis of prison, it's more of a symmetry of dreams. Because one day I asked people in a cell, when you were in grade 1, when the teacher asked you what you want to do when you grow up, some said pilot, another doctor, another lawyer, another teacher, another, computer scientist. And actually some of them have degrees, but you find them charged with fraud, armed robbery, and stuff. These are crimes of the economy. Because when you are a breadwinner and your family is suffering, you are forced into crime. Because those who are making it, those you see in the streets of Harare with assets of prestige, the Lamborghinis, those posh cars, who are surviving, buying houses north of Samora, they are criminals. They are in government. They are getting government tenders. But it's unfortunate. Also, what I understood is that prison is a place where big criminals keep smaller criminals. So I think for now, comrades, I think we have interacted and I have a lot to say, but I would say it's more appropriate moments. But for now, it's the time, to enjoy freedom.
Abasha, the regime Abasha.
Abasha. Yeah. And those people are afraid. They know that they are just a few, and we will defeat them. Yes. We need to be resolute, and we need to show them that we are not afraid of them. Because I made, the funny thing, when I say, my soldier, my police are going. I don't go understand that, but I'm German. But I can tell you, check the former commander one command. The engineer of one, chief implementer of Restolikas, is in prison language. And it's Mnangagwa cleansing his school and coup proofing because he's afraid that they may do to him for his first president. But it's pathetic. And now they are seeing that, and some of them will say, this is how prison is. He was a police officer just arresting people. But when he's now in prison, he say, so it's how we send people. So this is how it is. Yeah. Take karate for him. But it's makafa to suramba futi. Teraba. Because I was panzika. I was on my officer at 2000. Indai sumbani riot. Last time but 2. They were over 50 were armed. Last time they fired gunshots in February last year. So so, but most important, I appreciate the solidarity. Some came yesterday, slept off, and even came today. We saw the riot police outside. It was raining and everything. We risked even getting arrested. But you staying resolute, they enabled that I come out early. Because it put sufficient pressure. Because whatever was happening, up to now I'm still trying to get a clearer picture. But what I know, the only clear picture I know is that because of you, I'm out here. Because of you. And thanks very much, comrades.
Yes. Thank you, Mako.
Thank you very much, comrades. I think Panabaka. Ndangoleza na commander. Kuti maybe ndongo pawachi student leader. Comrade Benon. kuti vangotaura wabhozi muzi kuti vamako ndanga vari SG wemastudents handizvo maybe vangoti 1 or 2 then sana matai tokucivic kana paino zviripo neproject 40 just maseconds handizvo. Thank you.
Ahoy Makomborero, ahoy Makomborero, ahoy. One Zinasu, one union, one Zinasu. Command, the fight that you fought as our former SG lives in the hearts and souls of men, such that if someone expected that by keeping you inside there was a reduction of people that are pushing that fight, they made a very grave mistake, because that fight kept on growing from the people that knew what was happening to you. And I can assure you today that the longer they took to keep you inside is more people that joined the fight that you're fighting. And today there's a lot of people right now, a lot of students right now that are keeping up with that fight. And they, in as much as you're out now, yes, freedom delayed is freedom denied. So it doesn't mean that you forgive or you forget. No, it's not a matter of forgiving and forgetting, but it's a matter of keeping on the fight that is there. The fight for the nurses, for the students, for the teachers, for the parents, for the vendors, for Zimbabwe, for Africa, and for everyone who is sane enough to understand that something is wrong, it has to be addressed. So I know that everyone outside there is happy that you're here. Keep inspiring us. We are learning. We are not worried, we are not sad, but we are happy that you are teaching us. Thank you.
Ahoy Makomborero. Ahoy Makomborero. Ahoy. Project 40, but Project 40, one Project 40 ndi muri panapa. Because Project 40 is all about wataura na commander. Seve chidiki nyaya yekunyoresa kufota. I know pandakanoona commander vari mujere, there's one statement that he said every revolution, either violent or non-violent, ends in the ballot box. Saka nyaya sara commander ndekuti has been my violation for 26. Tatatu wakutoti topusana nenyaya yekuti vanhu vari mujera vakwanise kufuta. That's another thing that you want to fight for. Kuti niva vasiyawo uko vakwanise kufuta. Saka nyaya iripo ndangoemphasize ndeyekuti ngatifambise nyaya yevoter registration. That's all that I can say. Nhasi hatimboita zvekupeperera zvamako. Maspeech asida kumawanza.
Thank you. Sana Matai. Anything?
That's fine. Ahoy, everybody.
Ahoy.
I just wanted to say that it's really great to have Makomborero back. I think that your story is very inspirational. I remember when we used to come and visit. It was only on one day that I saw you a bit agitated. You were always very cheerful, always very resolute, always very strong. And I've just learned a lot in the way of what it actually means to be in the struggle. From you, I've learned the importance of empathy, the importance of genuine care. When things were frustrating and you had so many opportunities to be angry at people, you just kept saying, you know what, we need to understand each other, we're comrades, and that's the stuff that brings us together. So thank you so much for that profound demonstration of leadership, for that profound demonstration of the spirit of resilience and being resilient with the struggle. What I can just say to end all of this is, you are a great inspiration to me, and I'm quite certain you're a great inspiration to so many other young people you might not even be aware of. Keep up the fighting spirit, and we learn from you, we support you, and we have learned so much about what it truly means to be a leader. Welcome back, Comrade Makomborero.
Thank you very much. So, last speaker, we didn't come avoid. One know what director we need for up.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Just to say that we are very happy to welcome him. I always say to people that we have a long history with Mako from the student movement, and part of the history is is around it's there on the internet. Yeah. So, but I always tell comrades that Mako is one of the most brave people that I've ever seen among these comrades of our generations. Mako is very brave. I've worked with him. I have attended demonstrations with him, and you can see his commitment to a new Zimbabwe. You can see his commitment to addressing the issues that are affecting people in Zimbabwe. So I'm happy that he is out, and of course, like what the president has already said, justice delayed is justice denied, and we know that he didn't commit these crimes. What he did was to defend the citizens. It was to defend the rights of the citizens, and therefore this arrest was unjustified. But we are happy that he is out, and he motivates many people around Zimbabwe. And I hope that we as the youth, we are also going to adopt that spirit of fighting for others, of representing others, of feeling for others, of having of being considerate for other people. And I'm happy that he's out, and we should also take lessons from his life. We should take lessons from his struggle life, and also be able to motivate the young generations that are coming up. Saka tinofara kuti Wejira adzoka. I always call him Wejira because we come masvingo tese. So we are happy that he's out, and tinofara kuti adzoka, and that is also going to continue with the fight. We from the civil society also, we are going to do our part to ensure that we push the struggle forward. We represent citizens, and hopefully find a democratic Zimbabwe soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So ngwaine yasara yangu ya network ndizoka. Vane ma 20 vanopinda votenga zvavatenga voshare handizo. We solidarity. Vanhu vakiva ndizoka. Vane vari kana ma established business people. Vane maloya makuru ndizoka. Vane ma change man. Vane ma director. Vane ma unemployed sales. Vane ma